What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are changing out my upper control arms. As you may have seen from my previous couple videos, I'm putting on 35-inch tires, getting the truck re-geared. I'm getting the 529 gears put in. So I'm doing a whole bunch of work, and part of it is getting those upper control arms changed out just so I can get a proper alignment. So I ended up getting the SPC adjustable upper control arms. So let's have a look here. All right, so here it is. There's some instructions. Control arm, the ball joint, these are greasable as well, which is nice, and then there's some hardware and stuff in there as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting these installed, so let's go ahead and get the old ones removed and then we can get started on this. Okay, so that should work. You'll need some kind of a puller to push that out. So we'll see if that works. There we go. I got it. All right, so I just ended up using a couple zip ties just to hold this in place, just so all the weight isn't on the brake lines. And next we just have to take the main bolt off that's holding the control arm. Just to give a closer look. So that bolt, I believe that's a 19 mil, I'll check in a second. That has to come off, and then this, it's kind of dark, but that bolt is really long, is gonna come out. So it's gonna come out, push it into there, and then from up top, from the engine bay, I should be able to pull it out. All right, so you can see the bolt right there. I'm just kind of pushing it out. As I do that, I push this kind of this washer back. So should be able to get it from the top now. So that's it right there. So just grab that and pull it out. All right, so there's just a little wire right here holding the boot in place. So we're gonna go ahead and just cut it off because we don't need it. And that will allow us to get the boot off. There we go. All right, so next we're just gonna clean up the grease, and I'm actually gonna take an angle grinder and literally just cut this whole stud off. And then we're gonna push the ball joint down and out like that. All right, so now that we got that cut off, so there is this snap ring here that I've already kind of managed to take off. So there is a tool you can get to make this much easier, which I don't have. So I ended up just using some needle nose, and I just kind of grabbed it like this and I pried it open, and it worked okay. So got that off, and now I have to get this ball joint down and out of the spindle. They do make a, I guess like a ball joint press or whatever they call it, but I don't have that. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna put a big socket here. This is a 30 mil. And then I'm just gonna use my puller to basically try to push it down. So we'll see if that works. Okay, so just to give you guys a quick look. So this is what I'm doing. If you have the proper tool to do it, it would be way better. But I just put the socket here with a little steel bar just so this doesn't go into the hole of the socket. And then I have my puller here, and I'm just tightening it down. And as you can see, it's actually working. So I already got it pretty much halfway out. All right, so this worked pretty well, but I don't know if you can see, there's a little bolt right here holding in this little bracket which holds this brake line, and the ball joint is getting caught on that bolt and I can't get it out. And it's probably going to be in the way for me to put the new one in as well, so I'm just going to go ahead and take this little bolt off, make life easier. All right, so I got that little bolt off right there, and I can now take the ball joint off. So I'm just gonna give this a wipe and just wire brush it a little bit and then get it ready for the new one. The next step is to get this piece right here, okay, like that. It needs to get pressed in from the bottom up like so. Okay, so I'm gonna just put a little bit of grease along here and a little bit here just to make life easier. And then we just have to put that snap ring back in, and the kit does actually come with new ones. There we go. So that's just gotta go on there. All right, so I got the snap ring on there. It would be so much easier if I had the proper tools. I think they're called snap ring pliers, but I managed to do it. I just used regular needle nose pliers. Forced it on there, so all good. All right guys, so with that in place, we can go ahead and install the first control arm. So there's actually an R on there. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's labeled R for right, so you know where this goes. It came with new washers. Okay, it does clearly say on the instructions how the washer goes. Okay, so it goes on like that, not like that. Okay, so when you put this on here, you're gonna have a little bit of a gap here, and that's what it should be like. Okay, so one here and one here, and then the bolt, we're gonna reuse the original one, the big long one. All right, so with that in place, next step is to put the ball joint in. Now, looking at the instructions here, it does say to tighten that nut to 85 foot-pounds. So I'll be doing that afterwards, but that's 85 foot-pounds. So next it says to grab the ball joint we have right here, and it actually shows you right here what all the settings are. So it says to put it on setting D for trucks with 2 to 3 inches of lift. That should bring it back to factory specs. But yeah, so we're gonna put it on D, and then when I take it to the alignment shop, they can just go from there. So looking at the chart, D is, so you have this star plate, and if you put it on like that, just straight on, that's setting D. Okay, so I'm gonna just put it on like so, and then you'll notice it actually says SPC right here, so that's facing out. Okay, so it's just gonna go like this, like that, and then the washer on the top and the nut. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of leave this loose for right now, but the instruction says that this has to be torqued down to 150 foot-pounds. Okay, so I'll be doing that afterwards, but for right now it's good. And then, yeah, I guess we can just slide this through here, like that. And it comes with this castle nut and a cotter pin. So that's just gonna get tightened from the bottom here, and this needs to get tightened to 45 foot-pounds. All right, so with that torqued to 45 foot-pounds, I can put my cotter pin in and then just torque everything else. So that's gonna be 150 foot-pounds. That one is 85 foot-pounds. And then I can just put this back in. The SPC arm actually has a hole there, so it's just like factory. That can just fit right back on. Do the exact same thing on the other side and then take it to get an alignment. And one thing I didn't show is I did go ahead and put anti-seize pretty much everywhere. So that's something you might want to consider doing. But yeah, once I take it to the alignment shop, they will make all the adjustments necessary and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, so I just finished everything up, finished doing the other side as well. So the last thing left to do here is just to grease the ball joint. So right here, we have to connect the grease gun and actually grease it. So it does say in the instructions that you have to put 5 to 10 pumps of grease in it at the time of installation. And it actually shows you on the instructions here what type of grease to use, and it even shows you all of the recommended brands that they recommend. So here's the list here. Feel free to pause the video here in case you need to look this over. But I don't have the grease right now, so I'll be doing that at a later time. Like I said, just connect the grease gun right here, 5 to 10 pumps, and that's it. So that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you soon.